Hey everyone, talking about Apex Parfum by Roja. This is the Parfum extrait version of, I think it was an Eau de Parfum that was released, I think, last year. And this one is released recently in 2022. The notes in this are lemon, bergamot, mandarin, orange, jasmine, cistus, pineapple, galbanum, elemi, patchouli, oakmoss, rum, tobacco, cypress, fir balsam, juniper berry, cashmere wood, sandalwood, benzoin, amber, frankincense, labdanum, leather, ambergris, and musk. I really like the bright, intense, astringent, just effervescent citrus opening. That sticks around surprisingly long to me. Often citrus can kind of just be very fleeting in an opening, but for this one, it's so strong that it's not just like a 10-second thing and then disappears. Like it does disappear by the dry down, of course, but it's not a flash in the pan. Yeah, and even as the darker incense, kind of smokiness and coniferous sides start to come in more and more, the really strong citrus still stays there for a while, so that's interesting. The musk comes along pretty early to my nose, and it's the kind that I really don't like. So that's just not, it's overall not something that I love with that in it. But I think if you don't absolutely hate certain types of musk like I do, it would be no problem. And it combines with the pineapple and jasmine to create this kind of like sweet, sort of high pitched accord. As it progresses, it gets greener in the middle phase with fresh juniper, cool cypress, coniferous fir balsam, and kind of bitter green plant stem galbanum. Eventually, the even darker notes add this like deep shadow to the mix with tobacco, patchouli, leather, and ambergris, which ambergris isn't automatically dark or anything, but it adds kind of like a dark nuance here. And all of that kind of becomes more prominent by the dry down. Overall, yeah, not my taste because mainly, honestly, more than anything because of the way the musk is done and also kind of like the patchouli and the way certain other things mix here. And I prefer fragrances that are either fresher, like all the way through kind of, or just more outright smoky. So, but I think it smells very high quality. It takes you on an interesting journey for sure. This is not a linear fragrance at all. It's just radically different from start, middle, end. For some reason, this smells to me like the dry down of Callan by Parfums de Marly. The dry down of this, not the rest of it, which is weird. I do think this is overpriced. Yes, I think it's like $485 for a 50 ml. Ridiculous, but I still don't think that Roja's overpriced to the extent that the major Roja haters who go and like, there's a lot of people known for doing this on Fragrantica. Go to any new Roja fragrance, they'll rate it as a 1 out of 5. They'll rate it as the lowest longevity and projection. They'll put in this reminds me of really immature things, just like offensive other fragrances that have dumb names and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, it's really babyish and very much like Get a Life. But yeah, so I do think it's overpriced, but I do think that it's also very, very high quality. And I actually wouldn't think it was that overpriced if it was like 100 mil for this size. It's more just like, okay, and it's for 50 mil. I get good longevity from it and moderate projection. Leans masculine for sure, I would say, but anybody who should wear it if they want to. And yeah, I think if you like sort of, first of all, you have to be able to handle citrus and you have to be able to kind of handle a darker side in the dry down. So if you're only preferring one of those, you're not going to like this the whole way through. But if you like the idea of that and a greener mid, very high quality take on that. And overall, yeah, pretty well done. I will link in the description where you can get a bottle or sample.